it's very, very hard to speak about the hypotheticals of what could be in that report from Sue Gray and to comment upon it further. It's clear that mistakes have been made. I think we all recognise that. The Prime Minister has done the right thing in terms of coming to the House of Commons to apologise for those mistakes. But I'm in the same position as all of the rest of my colleagues and indeed all of your listeners in just waiting for that final report from Sue Gray before I can comment further. What I would say, however, though, is if it's clear that the Prime Minister has, for example, lied to the House of Commons, or if he was aware that law-breaking was going on in number 10 Downing Street and didn't intervene, then clearly those two positions would ultimately make his position as Prime Minister untenable. But I don't think we'll be in that position at all. I suspect very strongly the Prime Minister has told the truth to the House of Commons, and I suspect he will ride this storm out.
You suspect that. What are your constituents telling you? In particular, your party activist, Scott Benton. The people are going to be pacing the streets, handing out the leaflets ahead of those local elections in May. What are they telling you? They can't all to a man and woman be saying, the Prime Minister, he delivered Brexit, he won us an 80-seat majority at the last election, we'll stick by him.
I go canvassing in my constituency several times a week, Colin. I was there on both Friday evening and Saturday this week. I think we spoke to about 100 people. And apart from a handful of residents, the vast majority of people didn't mention the Prime Minister or the so-called parties without being prompted. I think that says everything. People out there on the doorsteps are more interested in the rise of living, about how they're going to pay their fuel bills from April onwards, on other events going on in their community and nationally as well. So I think that's quite telling, actually, because sometimes down here in Westminster, we sometimes feel the whole world is only talking about these parties and only talking about the future of the Prime Minister. And that's not the case. Clearly, the Prime Minister has lost some support in the nation and among Conservative voters and activists. How severe that loss of support is and whether or not he can recover, only time will tell. But we are dealing with somebody here who is a proven winner. He can sometimes dance on the head of a pin and get out of situations which no other politician possibly could. And if anybody can survive this, bounce back and regain the trust of the British public and Conservative voters, it's Boris Johnson.